looking to buy?
Buy local, get your goods here.
I suppose I could use another break.
Some days it seems there are more boats coming and going than drops of water in the sea.
Hello there.
Now you're a welcome sight. I'd chat, but Captain Mark has me testing all the rigging before we set sail again. I'd imagine the debacle at Coghlan Lighthouse made him a bit more cautious.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, I'm not interested in talking. Go bug Mikag.
Well now, what brings you to our humble abode? I joined Colleen just to make Jakarn miserable, but I found I rather like the sea. It's not a bad life. I won't fight against my countrymen, but Captain Mark isn't involved in the war against the Ultima. I'm happy here.
Hey, good looking. Long time. Oh, this and that. One thing I'll say about wartime, there's never been a better chance to get rich. I've made more in the past few weeks than I made the year before we met. Let's not use harsh language. I've liberated certain objects from people who really don't need them anymore. Where's the harm? Word of advice, though. If you see any contracts from a group called the Midnight Union, I'd stay away. Their leader is mad. I'll liberate some poor sap's purse as quickly as the next man, but murder and bloodshed is not on my agenda. If you get a contract with them, tear it up and walk away, unless you want blood on your hands. One never tells, my good-looking friend. Let's just say I learned enough about them to know that it wasn't somewhere I wanted to be. Captain Mark, by comparison, is my kind of scoundrel. We're going to work well together.
I think I'm just about done with Naramo. All we've done since I joined him is talk about expeditions, not actually join any. Still, a berth is a berth. I'll stay with Captain Mark until I find something better.
If it isn't my fine partner from our expedition in Betnik. Quite well. I've not yet secured enough capital to launch another expedition, but Captain Mark has been quite generous since he discovered my talents as a mage. I've even had the opportunity to set a slaver ship on fire. Exciting work.
Well, look who it is. Well met, my friend. Well enough. I can't say I'm proud of how things ended with Colleen, but it had to happen. It was time to find my own path. Just once, she offered to help me buy a ship. Can you imagine that? She kicks me off the spearhead after 8 years together, and then has the nerve to tell me I can't cut it on my own. Oh, she's loyal enough, so long as you do exactly what she says. The moment she thinks you've turned on her, she'll gut you like a snake. I'm not interested in talking about Colleen. Captain Mark is a bit rough, but I'm sailing with him for now.
Well now, look who it is. The hero of Betnik. I'd wondered if we'd see you again someday. Guess I was right. Lambour owes me dinner.
When I went to sea with Captain Colleen, I didn't expect it to be quite so lonely. I miss my home. I wonder if I made the right choice. Still, I'm staying with Lambour. I took this path. I won't step aside now.
Hello again.
Progress is slow, but steady.
Hail.
Greetings.
Greetings. you are ready, we soon depart for distant lands.
Somerset's days of isolation are over. You will...
I had not expected to see you again. I'm glad you're still alive. It was a hard choice staying with Colleen or Lambour. Ultimately, I'm doing more serving Vaharajah than I would as a sword for hire.
You are brave to face Colleen once more. I am glad you have come. She needs more around her who are not blinded by patriotism. Indeed, the Old Mary assault on Daggerfall did nothing to ease her feelings. She still believes that the relic could have been of use. Even if she is right, it needed to be destroyed. The power to consume souls should not exist. There is no mystery. Colleen is still my responsibility. She faces many enemies in this time of war. As her mentor, I will fight beside her until we both die.
Well, what are you doing on my boat? We're sailing for the Daggerfall Covenant now. Privateering is as profitable as ever, except now we're splitting the skulls of elves as well. Lambour and her lot have all left, probably for the better. Hardly. She couldn't raise enough money to buy her own ship. I offered to help, but she took that as an insult. I guess 8 years of sailing together doesn't mean so much. I understand that the Old Mary Dominion sacked Farwatch in Glenumbra, and we couldn't stop them. I also understand they've sunk dozens of our ships in cowardly assaults. With that relic, we could have stopped those attacks. Tell that to Nicolene. Her brothers died when the elves assaulted Daggerfall. We repelled them, but hundreds died. The elves and their mad queen are chewing us up everywhere you look. You should probably leave before I hurt you.
Ah, I erect the spine of respect. Since Captain Colleen took us to war against the elves, life has been interesting. Thus far, none among us have fed the roots of the tree. Let's hope it will remain so. We sailed on Daggerfall during the attack by the elves, but we are not a warship. We carried supplies. There were a few close calls with high elf mages. One died from an arrow to the neck. Sithis smiled upon us both.
You! Get out of here! I don't want to see you ever again! What's wrong? Both my brothers are dead. They died fighting the Dominion at Daggerfall, along with hundreds of others. The relic, you pox-blinded fool! If you hadn't destroyed it, the High King could have used it in our defense. We could have crushed the elves and saved our soldiers. We could have saved my brothers. Don't try to confuse me. I've seen what the elves are doing. Captain Colleen and I have fought them across the seas. They are martyrs and killers. They want all humans beneath their heel. Get out of here. Just...
Well now, a familiar face! How good to see you! Honestly, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm on the wrong ship. The war. I have no love for High Elves, but I hope to take a berth elsewhere soon. As soon as Larissa has gathered enough money to repair the Maiden's Breath, we will do just that.
Well met, my friend. You look well. Still without a ship, though sailing with Colleen pays well enough. We're raiding for Faharajad now. Even have a nice bonus for sinking those damned elves. Soon I'll have enough to strike out on my own again. Happy's a relative term, my dear. I'm no dog of the king, and I really don't care who wins this war, but so long as the Covenant pays well, I see no harm in helping my countrymen. Telenil's working his magic. We won't be at this for long.
Oh, it's my dear, brave friend from Stros Mackay. What a pleasure to see you again. And why wouldn't I be? Captain Colleen's new venture as a privateer for King Faharajad is making us all the gold we need. Who knew war could be so profitable? A reasonable question. If my fellows hadn't exiled me from the Somerset Isles, I suppose I might feel a bit conflicted. Oh yes, and for reasons quite unfair to all parties involved. Best not to dig into it too deeply. Old memories. Suffice to say, Captain Colleen does the killing, and I do the counting. Of coins, I mean.
My friend, good to see you. See this hand? It works again. Found a very talented healer in Aldcroft who put the bones right back together. I've put my sword through a few elves since. Felt good.
Hey there. Buy something, for old time's sake.
Too much to do and too little time.
You could buy a lady a drink. Hey, have one with me.
Good riddance to those mad cultists and their bad man tree.
Hello.
We're about to head out on a trading mission, heading for the glorious city of Rimmon in Golden Anakina. You interested in coming, Walker?
If it's not worth my time, keep moving.
Nobody cares at all.
I can almost see Bankerai from here. I knew I would have to leave home when I married into a Breton family. But now, I don't think I can ever go back.
I've got mine. Where's yours?
Collecting a bounty seems like a decent way to make some money. I could pay for some improvements to my house. Unfortunately, I'm not thrilled about the chance that I might die.
Drunk? No.
I don't care about the war. I just want to live my life in peace.
Greetings.
Well?
Whoa.
Welcome back to Weyreст. It's good to see you again. Do you have any news? To be honest, this whole matter with the Dream Shard has robbed me of a few nights' sleep. I'll be a royal grump if we can't get this matter resolved soon. Well, there we go then. That wasn't quite so bad as Abbot Durock made it sound. I'm sure he had his reasons, though. What about the Daedra, the omen that was behind all this? I trust it's dead or gone? In Gavardon? Why couldn't it be in Morrowind or somewhere else across the continent? Gods! We already have enough trouble in Gavardon. General Gardren says the Iron Hand ogres are far from being fully defeated. Well, that's good, at least. You two are the experts, though I suppose that's a dubious honor. If there is an omen in Gavardon, I'm guessing it's similarly disguised. Gardren didn't report anything suspicious, but maybe it's worth asking Captain Ernell. Yes, Ernell was fighting with Gardren, but he's just been reassigned to shore up our defenses here in Weyreст. It may be a wild guar chase, but it's worth asking Ernell if he saw any signs of Daedric influence in Gavardon.
Hail.
This might not be the place for you. We're looking for fresh recruits here. You look more like a seasoned veteran. I'd suggest you seek out the Battlemaster instead.
Sure are a lot of people around here. It's a pity there aren't more mages. What can I do for you?
My little brother ran off and joined the Supernal Dreamers. I'm disappointed, but I sure hope he isn't caught and brought here.
I'm just glad that we're almost done. I'm ready for a break.
I recognize you from the stories. You're the one who helped save Count Atura, aren't you? He's an old friend. I'm glad to make your acquaintance. Don't mind the guillotine. It's just for show. Well, you know as well as anyone else, these supernal dreamers have been trying to recruit people all over Stormhaven. We're hoping this will serve as a deterrent. If we catch a cultist, we'll execute him. Nothing more than that. Sure enough, I was acting liaison to General Godrin out at Shinji Scarp, but he's worried that the ogres might break through and attack Weyreст. Godrin suggested to the king that I be assigned to organize defenses here, so here I am. Not that I know of. General Godrin's been losing sleep, worried about the ogres, but other than that, everyone's been sleeping just fine. Or at least as well as you can expect for a war camp. General Godrin is acting a little strange, though. It's not my place to question the general. But he does seem to be blowing the ogre threat out of proportion. That's just my 2 coppers, though. Good luck if you're headed out to Gavardon.
is this Captain Ernell, anyway? Comes back from fighting Iron Hand ogres and wants to boss everyone around.
Greetings.
Step up, have a look. If you're in the market...
If you change your mind, I'll be here.
I won't say I enjoy killing things, but I won't say I hate it either. It's a way to make a living, and I'm good at what I do. Now, if I could only find a way to get the guard off my back, everything would be perfect.
Isn't the best defense always a good attack? Who drank the last of the mead?
Hell.
Let's keep this business-like. If you're selling, I'm buying.
Well?
Ah, another admirer.